Hey guys, it is November 1st week 2022, and I wanted to give you a little update about what's going on in the real estate market because so many people have been seeing the doom and gloom out on social media. That's usually where a lot of us get our information, or we hear it from friends who listen to social media. So I wanted to come here today and set the record straight. Just give you some information. This isn't a call to action that you have to buy or sell or what have you, but really just to give you some peace of mind for what's going on, at least in the Austin, Texas market in November of 2022. Okay, so let's recap the last 2 years like crazy. Everything up, 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 except for the number of homes on the market. So we all know supply and demand, of course, right? So a little of what I wanted to talk about today was listings versus number of sales. And surprisingly, the number of sales that have gone on has really not changed all that much. We've gone in between about 4,500 to 7,000 sales per month across the board. And that has really been what's been going on for at least the last year. But what has changed is the number of listings on the market in the last 4 months. And we have just watched it creep up to, gosh, I think we're almost to 9,000 homes on the market in the greater Austin area. And that is including the surrounding areas as well as new builds. And, spring of, you can say 2021 or 2022, the number of listings on the market was tiny. I mean, you were looking at 1,200 to maybe 2,000 homes. So again, the reason that the prices are falling is because there's more supply. That's just pretty easy, but it is interesting that what is selling, numbers of sales, hasn't decreased that much until maybe the last month or so. So it doesn't take a brain surgeon. All you have to do is turn on the news or look on social media or pick up a newspaper, if you still do that, and you will see what's changed. Rates, right? The government is definitely, the Fed is definitely trying to slow down inflation. And probably the best thing, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm an economist, but boy, have they made an impact, and they keep doing it. Screw them, right? Sorry about that. But it's definitely putting the kibosh on some people's ability. At least they're thinking it's putting the ability to slow down the ability to purchase a home. So I beg to differ on that a little bit. Is it going to cost you more in interest initially? Yeah, it's going to. I mean, we're not looking at 3% or 4%. We're looking at 6 and 7%. And I'm talking about primary homes. It's going to be more expensive if you're looking for an investment. But what you're not doing is, and I feel like a broken record, you're not going to pay an exorbitant amount of money for the home because there's not going to be 10 people knocking on the door writing offers the same time that you are. So, you may pay list price. You may even pay below list price, depending on the home and depending on how your agent negotiates a price. You're also probably not going to have to pay all the closing costs yourself because the seller's in a totally different position and they are going to want to sell their home. And that might mean that they're going to pay some of the closing costs, the owner's title policy. They may throw in a home warranty. When you're negotiating fixes on the home from an inspection, they may pick up the cost. And so there's a lot, they're more willing to maybe give you the fridge and the washer and dryer. Every house is going to have their own opinion, every house is going to have their own specifics, but you are in the driver's seat when you're a buyer now. And so if you're out there thinking, well, gosh, I have to list my home, just to switch gears, you can sell your home, but you need to price it correctly. And that means basing it off today's prices, not what your neighbor sold their house at 5 months ago. That's just being realistic. And so think about if you want to list your home. If you have to, then great, sell your home. And guess what? You're going to get to buy at a much better price than you did 5-6 months ago. I think that a large part of the market is really having to come to Jesus about when you buy a home, you probably should hold a home for more than a couple of years, right? There's expenses involved. Make sure it's a home you really love and you want to be there, right? But when you're paying, you are paying your equity. You'll see a post of mine on my social media. Don't pay somebody else's mortgage, pay your own mortgage, right? I have a lot of information on this. Love to talk to you also quickly about, well, if the rates are so high, how can I afford it? Well, another piece of leverage that buyers have right now is that some sellers are willing to give a large chunk of change to help buy down your rate. So instead of 6 3/4, you might get a rate for 6%. It depends. Every seller's different. It depends on the price of the house and how much they're willing to give. But there is that. There are different products also that can, instead of just a 30-year rate or a 15-year rate, you may get a certain rate, but for the first 2 years, it's 2 points below. And then the next year, it is 1 point below, and then it moves back up to the original rate. Again, that's something where the seller is going to be probably contributing to that to bring the rate down. But the hope is that by the time you hit that third year, rates have gone down, and guess what? You can refinance. So remember, we have a saying here, I've probably said it before. You are marrying the house, but you're dating the rate, right? It's temporary. And so temporary may mean 12 months, it may mean 24 months. I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke that I know when the rates are coming down. But I can tell you that the prices right now are 2018, 2019 prices, and houses do tend to go up in value over time. So if you're going to be paying to live somewhere, why not pay and hopefully get some of that back down the road, right? Okay, my name is Jennifer Judge. I am with Coldwell Banker, and I am so happy and I'm just happy. But I'm also happy to share information with you. And I hope that you can email me at jjudgehomes, HOMES, jjudgehomes@gmail.com. And subscribe. More than happy if you share this with others, and I look forward to hearing and helping you with real estate in the Austin, Texas area. You have a great day, and don't forget, don't grow up. It's a trap. Take care.